Sure, you can stay in any old hotel room on your Disney trip, but why would you do that when you can stay in the best hotel rooms? We've got the tips on how to get them coming up. Hey everybody, it's AJ for Disney Food Blog. With over 30,000 hotel rooms at Disney World, there are bound to be some winners and some losers. Whether it's the perfect view, the best location, or the most unique room at the resort, some rooms are just better than the rest. And today we're going through nearly every single Disney resort to let you know about the best rooms and how to get them. We're going to be making a lot of suggestions for room requests for specific buildings or floors. Some of these requests can be made in online check-in, but others may need to be made directly to the hotel. You can make requests about 5 days in advance of your trip by contacting the hotel directly. This is usually about when rooms get assigned. Or you can ask at the front desk when you check in. Keep your requests to 2 or 3 tops and a bit broader than a specific room number to have a better shot at getting what you want. Also, make sure to prioritize the most important requests and make sure those are first. All right, let's head over to Animal Kingdom Lodge first. Savanna View. Obviously, a room with a view of the animals out on the Savanna at Animal Kingdom Lodge is going to be the top pick for this resort. But all Savanna View rooms aren't created equal. So Savanna View is a category you can book, but there's not really a way to guarantee that you'll get put on the Savanna you want with that category. There are 3 Savannas at the resort: Sunset, Uzima, and Arusha. Arusha is the big Savanna that's the focal point of those huge windows in the lobby. This is generally considered the best Savanna to be on. It has the best views and the largest array of animals. So when you're making your request for your Savanna View room, make sure to request Arusha. Okay, booking a club level room with 2 queen beds or a king bed will guarantee you get an Arusha Savanna view on the 4th floor, arguably the best view in the resort, and that your room won't be too far away from the lobby. Club level also comes with some extra perks like the club level lounge, which serves light bites throughout the day with complimentary beverages, including beer and wine for those over 21. If you go ahead and book a regular Savanna View room, you can add on some room requests to get what you want. Keep in mind that these are requests, so they won't be guaranteed. Request a room on the Arusha Savanna about midway down the hall, not too far from the lobby, but far enough away that you're not right on top of the animal overlook area that's open to all guests. Make a request for a higher floor. The lobby of the resort is on the 3rd floor, and rooms on the floor below won't have such expansive views of the animals, though a room on the 5th floor may be a little too high for some folks. Floors 3 and 4 tend to be the preferred picks. You can book a standard room and take a chance on being able to see the animals, though. And here's how you do that. And by standard room, we mean a standard view room in Animal Kingdom Lodge. You can request a room on the Kudu Trail. Both sides of the trail face savannas, so you're going to get some kind of a view if you end up on that trail. And you can also request an obstructed savanna view, which are the rooms that maybe have a pole in front of them, or they're sort of at the end of the savanna, so it's hard, so some animals don't come over there. So you still have a savanna view and you still will see some animals, but you're paying the standard view price. All right, let's head over to Grand Floridian, the Gabled rooms. Some people absolutely love these rooms, and there's no doubt that they are some of the more unique rooms you can stay at on Disney property. The Gabled rooms, attic rooms, dormer rooms, they have a lot of names, are located on the top floor of the Grand Floridian and have huge vaulted ceilings. These rooms are actually a bit smaller than standard rooms, though not by much, but the roof makes them feel huge. Just request the highest floor for this one. You also get a private balcony in the Gabled rooms. The other rooms are separated with the regular balcony dividers, but the Grand Floridian Gable rooms, you're up in the gable, so your balcony is completely boxed in. Some people feel there can be a lack of natural light in these rooms since the door to the balcony is recessed a bit, but for many, the vaulted ceilings do make up for it. Now, if you want to really splurge, club level rooms are located in the main building of the resort, so you wouldn't have to walk outside to get to your room. One of the outside buildings, Sugarloaf Key, is also home to club level rooms and a club level lounge. But if you want to book a standard room and stay close to the lobby, ask for Big Pine Key. Sago Key is also close to Gasparilla Grill, the quick service location, but a bit further from everything else. For a chance to get Magic Kingdom views by booking a Lakeview category room, request Boca Chica, but be aware that Lakeview rooms can be loud because of the boat dock. All right, over at Caribbean Beach Resort, let's talk about the Aruba buildings. There are a few best rooms at Caribbean Beach, like most hotels, and it all depends on what you're looking for. You can book a preferred room at Caribbean Beach that'll cost a little bit more, and that will put you in the Barbados or Martinique sections, which are closest to the main lobby, the main pool, and dining. Trinidad is where all the pirate rooms are located, so know if you want a pirate room, you're in for a walk to just about everything, as that village, as the resort sections are called, is tucked into a far corner of the resort, so you're going to be walking pretty long distance to get to the lobby, the pool, dining, and Skyliner. If you want to be closest to the Skyliner, speaking of, and that's a huge convenience, you can request a room in the Jamaica section of the resort to be closest to the main Skyliner hub. But we'd suggest asking for a room in the Aruba section. These are buildings 54, 55, and 56, so that you're close to the Riviera Skyliner station. That takes you right to Epcot, and the Riviera Resort in general. You're probably a 5-minute walk to the dining locations at Riviera Resort if you're staying in the Aruba section, which can be a big bonus if you're looking for more dining options close by. Across the entire resort, you'll want to consider what floor you want to be on. There are no elevators in those 2-story buildings at Caribbean Beach Resort, so if you don't want to deal with stairs every day, and especially with all your luggage, consider requesting a ground floor room. Okay, let's talk about renovated rooms, and this goes for any hotel you're interested in. It's not for any specific hotel, but if you've got the option of a newly renovated room, you should totally go for it. The hotels currently under renovation are Saratoga Springs, All-Star Sports and Music, and I believe the Alligator Bayou section of Riverside. You can check for updates on the Disney World fan forums, trip reports on Disboards, etc. Some hotels, like the Polynesian, even have dedicated fan websites that will post updates often, and DFB has even been checking out some renovated rooms lately. See which buildings have been completed and then request a room in that building through online check-in if it's available, or contact the resort ahead of time to put in a request for a renovated room. Availability will depend on the room type you booked and how many rooms have been renovated already. If it's only one building, it's going to be harder to get. If they're nearly done with the renos, you probably have a better shot. All right, so how do you get a room at Coronado Springs that isn't a mile from everything? Coronado Springs Resort is big, and while you're usually going to be close to one of their 4 bus stops, if you end up all the way back at the end of the resort, you're going to be far away from the food court and all the other restaurants. This can be a huge bummer if you want easy access to snacks and drinks in the resort. Some rooms can be a 15 to 20 minute walk from the main lobby area. You can book a preferred room at this resort, which is the only way to guarantee you get close to the actual lobby. Or you can take your chances and make a request for a room in the Casitas section of the resort to be close to the lobby and Gran Destino Tower. The Cabanas section of the resort will be closest to the main pool. If that's a top priority for you, then definitely choose Cabanas. The Ranchos section is going to be the farthest away from the resorts and amenities, though there are bus stops in each section of the resort. We have done some research, and it seems that there's no hard and fast rules about which bus stop gets picked up first at these big, huge, lots of bus stops resorts. So you could be the first or last to get picked up at any of the stops, and it could change throughout your trip. Now remember, if you choose to stay in the Gran Destino Tower, you're going to be relatively close to the lobby and the dining options, and there's also an indoor sort of walkway to get to those, so Gran Destino Tower is also a good option. All right, let's talk about water view rooms. So water view can mean a lot of different things: a lake or a lagoon view, a river view, if there's a river or a river-like waterway, or just a pool view. Water view does not always mean the best water view. We've even had some water view rooms that just look at a fountain. So this is when a guaranteed room category could steer you wrong. Just like Savanna view, there's not really any guarantees on which water view you might get. So if you're staying in an Epcot area resort, you'll need to request a crescent lake view if you want a view overlooking the boardwalk area. And if you want a chance at seeing the Epcot fireworks from your balcony, you'll need to ask for that as well. The same thing is true for water views at Wilderness Lodge. You may expect Bay Lake, but you could end up just looking at the pool. This category is now called Courtyard View and includes Bay Lake, the waterfall, courtyard, the geyser, and the pool. Very different options. The other non-standard view is Nature View, which can include trees or the Copper Creek Villas, and there's even a Fireworks Nature View category that guarantees you partial views of the Magic Kingdom fireworks. This used to be one of those rooms you could luck into by making the right requests, but not anymore. Now you're going to have to pay more for that, and significantly more as well. At the Contemporary, you can guarantee you get the room view you want, as they are both Lake View, looking over Bay Lake towards Wilderness Lodge, and Theme Park View, looking towards Magic Kingdom and Seven Seas Lagoon. But note that they do have standard view rooms at the Contemporary and at Bay Lake Tower, which you could get sort of an obstructed theme park view from those. Okay, let's talk about the Beach Club Resort and getting those great rooms that are right next to Epcot at the Beach Club. Now, the hallways at Beach Club are very, very long, so if you want to be near the lobby, make that request over the one we're about to give, because the rooms close to the lobby are not the rooms close to Epcot. However, if you're staying at the beach club for its proximity to Epcot, you might want to request a room that gets you even closer to the International Gateway entrance of the park. Request a room closest to Epcot and you'll be near the secret entrance hallway door that drops you right by the entrance to the park. You also may want to request a full balcony at the beach club, as many rooms only have Juliet balconies, and that is a request you can make on the website. All right, let's talk about a room close to the Skyliner. Art of Animation Resort and Pop Century Resort share a Skyliner station on the bridge that connects the two resorts, and the best rooms for that are also in the buildings closest to the lobby and dining areas. And of course, the main pools. At Art of Animation, the Nemo suites are going to be right by the lobby and also right by the Skyliner station. These are the preferred rooms. When you book, you'll pick the theme of your suite, so if location is more important than the film you pick, go for Nemo. Note that the Little Mermaid rooms, which are the standard 2 queen bed rooms at Art of Animation, are going to be the farthest from everything. At Pop Century, you can book a preferred room that will put you in the 60s section, and keep in mind that's right around the main pool, so while it may be a convenient location, it can be a little loud. If you'd prefer some quiet but want to be right by that Skyliner, request a room on the backside or water view in the 70s section. All right, Saratoga Springs. If you want to stay at Saratoga Springs and want to be close to Disney Springs, we've got requests for that. So Saratoga is another huge resort with many, many bus stops. You can be far away from it all, fine if you've brought your own car, close to the lobby, great if you want to grab a quick snack or go to the main pool, or right by the bridge that leads to Disney Springs. That last one is our top pick because you're walking distance from so many dining and shopping options at Disney Springs. Plus, if you're headed to a different resort, you could hop on a bus there rather than taking a minivan or doing the big resort to park to resort bus transfer. But remember, if you've got a kiddo who just really wants to swim in that main pool all the time while you're at Saratoga, then it may make sense to request a room closer to the main pool. All right, over at Port Orleans Riverside, let's talk about the Right Decor. Yet another large resort. POR has different areas of the resort, just like Coronado Springs. And the big difference is that the insides of the rooms are as different as the outsides. The rooms in Alligator Bayou are currently being renovated, and updates make them decidedly less rustic, but they are very different looking from the rooms in the Magnolia Bend or Mansion section of the resort. You can also book the Royal rooms at Riverside. Those are in the Magnolia Bend section. Now, here's the big difference between the Mansions and Alligator Bayou. The 5th sleeper rooms and preferred rooms, the ones that get you closest to the lobby and the boat to Disney Springs, are all in the Alligator Bayou section. Beyond that, Standard View, River View, Garden View, and Woods View can be in either section. So if you prefer one over the other, you need to make that specific request. Keep in mind that the Alligator Bayou section, many of those buildings do not have elevators, so keep that in mind as well. All right, let's talk about corner rooms. This is another request you can often make during online check-in, though the number of rooms in that category is limited to how many corners the resort has. These rooms can seem a lot bigger and a lot more open because they'll have windows on 2 walls, and that extra window can be a big deal at value and moderate resorts where you don't have your own balcony with full-length sliding door that lets more light in. Many deluxe resorts do offer corner rooms as well. Corner rooms at the Animal Kingdom Lodge can mean you get a slightly larger balcony, while corner rooms at the Grand Floridian have 2 balconies. And then finally, let's talk about the Polynesian Resort. You're going to want a room with a balcony there. So for room location at the Polynesian, we'd suggest deciding whether you'd rather be close to the lobby or close to the transportation and ticket center. If you're close to the TTC, you can hop right on the monorail to Epcot. The big request we'd recommend making at the Polynesian, though, a room on the 1st or 3rd floor. Rooms on the 2nd floor at many of the buildings of the resort don't have balconies. 4 buildings of the resort do have a balcony on all floors, but these are villa and club level rooms, though the club level rooms in Hawaii do not have a balcony on the 2nd floor. Easier to just request not to stay on the 2nd floor altogether. All right, so hopefully that was helpful as we're all starting to make our hotel reservations for our returns to Walt Disney World. As you know right now, several of these resorts do not have an opening date, but they will be opening sooner than later. And of course, those DVC Villa resorts are all opening on June 22nd, so that's coming right up. So again, these are the kinds of things that we Disney super fans think about all the time, because if we're going to spend the kind of money that it costs to stay at a Disney World Resort hotel, we want to have the best room we possibly can. So we obsess over the locations of the rooms and the amenities of the rooms and the things that the rooms offer us so that we can have the best trip we possibly can. So hopefully this has been helpful for you and hasn't sort of made your trip even more stressful that you weren't thinking about where exactly you should request a room. I hope this is more helpful. So thank you guys for listening and thanks for watching. As always, this is AJ for Disney Food Blog, and we'll see you real soon.